Hey guys, how you doing tonight? Come on in. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs, and we're gonna silk screen a tea towel tonight. So come on in and join me. I'm gonna give everybody just a couple of minutes to hop on. Whoops. Got some stuff that's fallen over here. And we're gonna take, all right, let me get this out here. This is a Couture stencil that is called Check and Mate. And you've got one side of this that you can do checks, and then you've got these little upside down or U's or whatever you want to call them. So we're going to take this out of the bag, and hey Pete, how are you? We are going to silk screen a tea towel with this particular, all right, let me put this out of the way and get this over here. And this has two parts to it. You can either use this part or this part. You can use them together if you want to. But what I'm going to do, let's see, this is going to just, this is going to just barely be off the edge. So let me see what I want to do. Ooh, hang on. This is going to just barely fit on here. Let me see what this one does. I think this is 17 inches, so I think I'm going to go with the big one. This is, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a Couture ink mat. And we're going to take this out of the wrapper. I have used this before. I'm going to show you the joy of this thing here. I'm going to put my paper right there. And what this does is this ink mat. All right, let me get this centered on here. I'm not even going to iron this, y'all. I'm going to show you how we can get this on here and not have to iron it. All right, I'm going to take the protective cover off of it so that it doesn't stick to everything. I'm going to put it up top here. And now I'm going to take my tea towel, and we are going to kind of center this on here as best we can. I'm having a good, I haven't been pulling out a lot of Couture lately, and I mean, the simplicity of it is just crazy because it's kind of a ink and go type thing. All right, let me get this on here. I'm going to have just a little bit of overhang. And so what I'm doing is I'm pressing this down, making sure that there are no creases. And some of this is going to go, when I get ready to add this on here, it's not going to be completely on the ink mat, but it's going to be okay. All right, so this is what I have. You see how I've got the edges kind of hanging off here? And now what we're going to do is we're going to take, I'm going to make sure that I've got this good and stuck down. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this stencil. This is really a lot of fun to work with. I'm going to do this in two colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this, let's see if I can bring this down this way. Okay, y'all, the update on my new desk. I don't have my new desk yet, but I do have all the pieces to get started on what we're going to do. And my nephew and I think are going to get started on it tomorrow. All right, so I want to get this. All right, let me pull this down. I'm going to pull this board down. And I want to make sure that, okay. All right, here we go, y'all. Are you ready? All right, here's where the fun begins. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm going to divide this into two pieces. There's like a little white line here. This is a Couture stencil, and they're really pretty easy to work with. Once you know, everything has a learning curve to it, and once you get the learning curve of this, it's all pretty easy from there, and then it's just a matter of repeating. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to take this. Let's see if this is going to, I'm going to lift this up and scoot that over. And I want to make sure. All right, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to leave this down just a little bit. All right, we're going to turn that off and turn it back on. I kind of feel like I want, oh, this will be okay. All right, so we're going to take, all right, so here we go. Are y'all ready? You ready? All right, here we go. We're going to turn this over, and we're going to take the stencil off of the back sheet. I'm going to put that over here, and now we're going to take and we are going to flip it back over, and we are going to line this up. I want to make sure that it's straight. Make sure that I have this all the way, but I need to bring this up just a smidgen. And remember that the board that we worked with yesterday, it had a really sticky surface. Well, this doesn't have a really sticky surface, so we don't need to like fuzz this or anything. We're going to just stick it right on our fabric. Make sure that I have, that's going to be, go down there. All right, I'm going to do this in two colors. Hey, Lori, I thought it'd be fun to use these two colors here. Y'all know me, I usually go with pink and lime green, but tonight I'm going to do kind of a monochromatic, gosh, that's so close. All right, so I'm going to go dark, dark, light, light, and we're going to use the color Cadet. All right, here we go. Ooh, this is nice and creamy. All right, here we go, y'all. I'm going to do the Cadet on one. I'm going to do one color, and then I'm going to come back and do the other color. And you just take a little bit. I probably could take a stir stick. All right, making sure that it's good and saturated. And y'all know I like to go from the edge of the design into the middle of the design so that I don't go into the design that's next to it if I'm not doing all the same color. All right, here we go. Just gonna get all of this. All right, and you know what? I think what I'm going to do is so that I can, the ink does not dry near as quickly as the paste does. I'm going to go ahead and add this color on here. And then I'm going to kind of lift it up. Making sure that I don't go off onto the fabric or off onto the stencil, the tea towel. I don't want to go off of the stencil. I want to keep everything on the stencil. All right, and I'm going to put that one there. And now what I'm going to do, well, no, I'm not. I'm going to just keep going. And we're going to do this in blues. The colors that I'm using are Cadet and I believe Retro. Making sure that I get the ink good and saturated into the towel. Now this tea towel, Couture sells this. These are in my shop. I love these tea towels, y'all. They, I could like make these over and over and over. All right, I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna put this over here just in case I still need some more. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is this guy over here, making sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Just taking a little bit of this ink, taking it from the edge inside. Oops, I got a little bit of the dark in there, but that'll be okay. All right, and then we're going to lift this up and see what we have. All right, here we go, y'all. We're going to lift this up. Oh yeah, looking good. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm gonna put this in some water. When you're working with ink, you don't want to let this dry in the silkscreen area because it won't come off very easily if you do. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at that. Hey, Kathy, thanks for sprinkling. Hey, Amy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to get my heat gun because it dries faster than my other little tool. Let me show y'all what I have here. I'm going to put the lids on these and get them out of the way. Get my squeegees in the water. All right, let me show you what I have. That pretty? Almost look like North Carolina colors, don't they? Have any North Carolina people in the house? And so we just took a plain white tea towel, Couture tea towel. You can use any kind of tea towel. And we're going to have the monochromatic color. I like to lift this up off the sticky mat so that we can get some air going under there. All right, what I want to do is I'm going to lift this off of here and take the sticky mat out of here. I'm trying not to fold this over on itself because I don't want the ink. All right, I got myself in a mess here. Hang on, because it's still wet. All right, I need to dry it some more. Oh, I got a little bit right there. I like to lift this up so that the air will flow through this. So that it'll dry quicker. All right, here we go. I think I can kind of pull this up now. A lot of this ink went through to the sticky mat. Boy, I'm just really wrestling with this, aren't I? Hang on. I need one more hand. One more hand. There we go. All right, let me pull this off of here. There we go. And now we're gonna dry this all the way through. Isn't that pretty? What is the I don't know, did I say something? Oh, I see what you're saying. It's just like art shapes. I see what you're asking me. I didn't catch that until I looked down at it. They're just art shapes that are on here. No, as far as I know, there's no specific symbolism or word or anything like that with it. Just some geometric shapes. Now, you could do this all in one color, the whole thing in one color. You could do the individual, almost like rainbows. You could do the individual arcs in different colors. You could mix and match it however you want. And but I just decided to do this in a monochromatic, light blue, dark blue. I'm going to show you the back of this in just a minute too. So if you have a blue kitchen, you could do this in blue and yellow. That would be pretty. But remember that this is ink. This is not paste. And the ink dries permanent. We're going to set this in just a minute. All right, that looks like it's dry. All right, see the back of this? So it did bleed through, which is one of the reasons why we use that ink mat. All right, so we're going to use that, and then we're going to come over here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to heat set this. And I'm not going to be able to do it all in one swoop, so I'm going to do it in sections. Put a piece of parchment paper over the design. Remove this. Actually, I'm going to move this up here. And we'll close that. Y'all, I got me a swivel chair so that I can turn and... Hey, Trailside Designs, how are you? Welcome to my page. So today I was gone most of the day. I left here about 11:30, got back home about 5, left about 5:30, turned around and got to where I needed to be by 6 o'clock, and then got back home about 8 o'clock. So it's been a busy day for me. And so I hadn't forgotten about y'all. I wanted to come on here and show you how to do. I was really kind of excited to try these colors with this. And I like the way this turned out. So I've been wanting to do like more monochromatic projects and, you know, just kind of variations to see what I can do with it. And so far I like it. I like the way this turned out. So we're going to put this over here. And now what we're going to do, ooh, look at the steam coming off of that. And we're going to turn this over. We're going to do the back side. Same thing, 305 degrees for 30 seconds on the back side. So you do 305 degrees on the front. Make sure you put parchment paper over it so that if there is any ink that still isn't dry, that it doesn't get on your the bottom of the. This is a Cricut heat press, and it's the medium size one. You can set the temperature to what temperature you want. I've got it at 305 degrees. You can also set the time to the amount of time that you want this to work. And so I do 305 degrees at 30 seconds on the front, and then I turn it over or inside out, and I do 305 degrees on the back side of it for 30 seconds. And if you have to do it in sections, you just repeat it however many sections you have. So in this, my heat press isn't long enough to cover the whole design, so I have to do it in individual sections. And each section is done at 305 degrees for 30 seconds. So let me show you what I got here. That parchment paper's loud. And this is what we have, y'all. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Love it, love it. Now, this particular towel, make sure, it has like a hanger. See the back of this? It has like a little hanger where you can hang this. So when you hang this, you're going to see the individual colors. I need to iron the rest of this, but you're going to see the rest of the colors. And then the other thing that you can do is you can take and fold this into thirds. Let me get this folded into thirds. And you can hang it over your oven this way. So, and if you wanted to, you could fold it in half. Let me fold it in half. And you could have it this way. So either way, or you could take and just do the whole towel over your, your oven door and have all of that. Oh, you're fine, Kathy. Ask as many questions as you want. That's what I'm here for, is for to inspire you and to give you something, teach you something that you may not know. And when you're trying something new, I don't know about you, but I have lots and lots and lots of questions. The two colors of ink that I use are Cadet, which is a darker blue, and Brilliant Blue, which was a special color that Couture had. I don't know if this color is still available, but these are the two colors, Cadet and Brilliant Blue. And then this is how it looks when you put it on here. And I'm going to bring this closer. Let me bring my, hang on. I'm going to bring this in so that you can see this a little bit better. So you can see that there's like a rainbow, kind of like these arches. See how they go around here? Everywhere where you see white is the color of the towel. And so if you want, you can take a squeegee and you can do each one of these individual arches of a particular color. But the way I wanted to mix the color was I wanted to mix it so that it's just every other one. And so lots of choices that you have. And you can see this one here is just individual little arches. And I went ahead and did the whole thing. And then this here, little distressing. It's not, I did not miss that spot. That's just how the stencil is. And so, you know, you could throw it over your shoulder like this. They kind of look like North Carolina colors to me. I don't know a whole lot about the colors of different teams, but these look like North Carolina colors. Okay? So if you're interested in this stencil, then, you know, just let me know, and I'll try and get I'll go back to my website and get you the exact link for this particular stencil. Just type stencil in the comments, and then I can get the stencil, the link for the stencil directly to you. Okay? All right. Any other questions? Feel free to. Carolina blue and Duke blue. Oh, okay. So they're mixed. Ooh, that's probably not a good thing to do, huh? But I like the colors together. So, are you in North Carolina, Kathy? That's so funny. The Carolina people are probably laughing at me and saying, no, don't do that. Anyway. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. I love y'all. Jesus loves you more. And I'm hoping to be on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night when I come on, I'm hoping I'm going to be coming on with my new desk. We will see. Stay tuned, and we will find out. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.